Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, let's give her another try. So we're sitting at 368, and this is 369. I can live with the thousandths. All right, so now that's good for that. Our hole size was 339, so we need to take another So we've got 325, 35, 350, 351. So we've got 10, 11 thousandths more. There's 2, there's 5, there's 6. And we're sitting at 325, 35, 42. Okay, one more cut. Okay, 27. I mean 37. That should do the trick. We'll leave this in place because it's all set. Oops. So we're at 75. Let's see how that's going to fit. A little adjusting and I think we've got it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. What we can do is put it back in. We're going to just round this tip a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Just like it's supposed to. There's almost no slop at all. Perfect. Okay, there's one. It's got a hole in the center, but it is not hasn't got a center hole, just a drill hole. So we want to put a center hole in there. That works for me. Plenty of room. All right, number 2. All right, we got to move that way a little bit. That far. What the fuck? Well, that didn't work. I'd say it chewed that one up, didn't it? Well, lucky we're on the little lathe doing a little part. Took the end off of that bit, that's for sure. All right, let's do it again. I think what happened is this is longer than that first one, and so it kind of, when I brought it back, it actually just grabbed a couple of those threads, and it was fine for a while until extra pressure got put on it, and then of course it wasn't fine. And this one's got a center in it, and this time we're going to be a little bit more careful with how much we're actually grabbing, which is almost nothing. There we can grab the entire rod. So let's and it spun this around and it broke the tip. I'm thinking that's pretty good. Okay, so I rounded up a couple of stainless steel washers that we'll put out on the ends of this, so we got something to grab onto. We'll just drop it in here. That should do the trick. We'll take them both over and quench them. And bend them back to kind of a straight, and we'll be set to go. All right, let's see how this is going to work. Put our two pieces in, run our shaft through the center of them. Come on. That keeps the holes nice and square. Separate this a little bit. And it looks like I got to fiddle with it a bit, but not too bad. All right, then this goes in here, and gets clamped, and that goes in here and gets clamped, and everybody is happy. Let's see if we can clamp them and see what they look like. I think we might be able to just clamp them with these. That doesn't look bad. Alright, let's pull the pins and see how square this baby is. Still a bit off, but not much. 1/16 maybe. I think we can live with that. It's good. Okay, only 29 more of these and we're all set. All right, good. We'll be back. Alright, well the next stage of this operation is to go in and inspect my welds, find any sharp edges that may have arisen during the welding process or during the fitting process, and here's one little sharp edge right there, and just kind of round it off just so nobody catches their finger on it. And there's a little one right there. That looks pretty good. Okay, and now we take a cloth and the water jet left just a little bit of a kind of a surface, a little bit of grainy surface on all of the metal, like very, very fine sand. And we're just kind of getting rid of that, getting rid of the water slurry. Any little grease spots that came up, and that's pretty much a done deal. Take it in the other room and set it up for paint. Okay, we're in my ceramics room, which also doubles as the paint room when that's needed. So we're going to throw a little color on that. I'm putting a mask on, so you're not going to hear me too well. And we're just going to fast forward anyhow, so it won't be a problem. Just the first coat is pretty thin. Okay, the next step in this little operation is to bend this leg over, and we're going to take it up 2 inches, which is no problem. Let's just bring it up like that. There we go. There's our 2-inch mark. Now, what I want to do is I want to slide this in here, get it right up to where I want it, and then come in and build a some kind of a stop back here for it to butt up against, so that I can do what do we got, 62 of them to do. So we just push it in there, boom, push the next one in there, boom, and we're done. So we're going to go around the back side of this and come up with our 2-inch mark. Actually, you know what? I think we'll do the 2-inch mark first. Then we'll get the blade right down on that mark. Okay, it's in there nice and snug. It's all squared up. Everybody looks. And I'm thinking this little piece of stock here would be just about perfect. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. So we'll get a couple of clamps and clamp that down. All right, we're going to take these little rings and weld them to the to this plate. I've already done a couple of them here, so you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to do. And then this gets bored out, just the final bore, and the bearing gets put installed in there. All right, so we're going to start welding here, and I think we should just get going. Okay, so we've got one more set of things to weld on, and these little keepers. And I built this jig the last time around, and it came out pretty good. So basically, we just bring it in, run this up against this bottom plate, and run this bar here up against the side, and that sets our parameter for these two sliders. Something like that. Turn on the welder. And let's weld. All right, this is what we come up with. The last time I made these, I ended up just putting it on the belt sander and sanding that part down. But what I ended up with was little razor sharp edges out here on the edge, and I didn't want that, you know. And this is cut nicely, and it's you know, it's got sharp edges, but not sharp. And once I paint this, then those edges will go away. So how do I get rid of that weld? So what I've come up with is, let's put it in the lathe and crank the lathe up and just cut the weld away by reducing the diameter, or the surface. And we don't go all the way out to the edge, but we just take it as far as the weld is concerned. Now, it really doesn't matter what size this is as long as it's cleaning up the weld, because each one of these is sold to a separate party. and it isn't like somebody's going to get 10 of these. So I think that's a pretty good answer. Now the next thing I do is I need to protect the threads when I paint them. So I just came up with a little piece of neoprene here, and you can see they're pretty dirty because I've painted on them many times before. Now I can just kind of hold it in my hand and spray this underside and then spray the top side, and we've got it done.